YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Silk the God, back at it again with another YouTube video. Drop fade, wavelength, let's get it. So right now I'm just combing out his waves, lifting his hair up so that way I could use a half guard with the grain and his wave just lays down smoothly. This is my guy Webb. I had cut him before. I had did a previous YouTube video with this client of mine, my dogs. I had cut him at his condo for the first time. The view was dope, so we had did it on the roof. It was like a dope setting for a YouTube video. I had hit like 3.5K views. It's probably up even higher than it is now, but let's get it. Let's get into it. So the first guideline is like a high taper, so I just do like a high taper and then I just bring it all the way around. Usually with high tapers you just do like the temple area and the back of the neck, but with the drop fade you going all the way around. The only difference is the guideline is not super high, you're just dropping it real low. So I just stamp it in with my clippers, level close, and I just come back with my liners and bald it. That way the ball line is not too hard to, and not too harsh to get out. So just follow my steps, the same steps, nothing changes, it's the same exact thing. The only difference is if it's like a different hair texture I just gotta flick out, but for the most part everything's the same. I'm so simple, a caveman can do it. So right after I do that I just do my second guideline. Masters, the only difference is I'm just opening my lever. So once I do the lever close, bald it, I just open my lever. Right after I make that second guideline, I just come back and close it and just knock the line right out, and it comes out like butter, like hotcakes, like gone. When I come like near the front of the area where I'm trying to get rid of the guideline, I just use like the corner of my blade because that area is like super short, and if I just use the whole blade I could accidentally push the line up. So I just use the corner of my blade and I do the same thing all the way around. But when I get to the back, since I have like more room to play with, I can use the whole blade. But for the, like, you know, temple area, the side of the head, I just use like just the corner of the blade just to knock that line out, and then you can see it's coming out like fire coming out already. So right after I just get rid of my guidelines, I blend the lever close and the bald line, I just come back and I just slap on my half guard. Usually in certain hair textures I use like a 1 guard just to keep the hair extra dark, but his hair texture is like a little bit more coarse, so if I use a half guard on his hair it's still gonna come out the same exact length as somebody that doesn't have that much of coarse hair, because it's a curl pattern super tight. So I'm just using a half guard, I'm just going with the grain, and you can see I have my comb instead of a brush. I'm just trying to lift up the waves and cut with the hair pattern the hair grows. But right after I knock it down, I'm just come back and lay it back down with a brush. So right after I knocked down the hair to my desired length, I just came back with the brush and just, just lay it right back down. I just lifted it up just for that particular moment. I just want my canvas to be clean and the hair to be level. So I had lifted up. Now that it's done, I could just go back and brush it right back down. And I'm gonna come back with my one guard level open. I'm just debulking that area right in the middle. That's where I'm gonna stay at. I'm not going no higher than that. So when I'm debulking that area, it automatically blends into a half guard with the grain. So I'm just debulking that area and I'm gonna blend straight down. Same steps like I said before, nothing changes. You can see like my blend is coming together and I'm like nowhere near done yet. So I'm just like blending straight down. So right after I use that one guard, I just use a one guard level open, closed it, and I just go down a guard. So like for example, let's say I was using a 3, I would use a 3, 3.5, close it to be a regular 3, and then a 2.5, 2, etc, etc, etc. But in this case right here, I'm just using a one guard. So I just use a one guard, level open, level closed, throwing a half guard, level open, level close, take off the guard, level open, level close, and then that's it. It's really not that hard. The more you practice, the better you get. It takes time, of course, but it's not that hard. So right after I done my steps, I just come back and detail. I just hit some certain dark spots that I don't like, that I see once I like look away from my canvas, and I just go back and then just detail my work. That way my blend looks blurry. The same thing with the beard, man. So I just like to taper that area right next to the ear because I don't want it to look like a straight line. So I just use my lever open, and then I just knock out the ball line, and then I just use a big guard and I just blend up. I'm blending up because I'm not cutting down into the beard. I'm blending up. That way I don't want to push the beard too low. So right after I do that, I just frame the beard from the outside underneath the neck, and then I just come back and complete the shape of the beard from there. That way I don't push the beard too low, and I can like frame the what I'm going to shape up, and I can see how it's going to fit his face shape. Alright, the front hairline, the part that makes the haircut looks the best. I gotta lay his head down with some holding spray. That way when I'm lining up, his head doesn't move. I just come back, I attack the middle. That's how I like to shape up. So I comb all the hair, the baby hairs down to the front. Take my clippers, hit the stamp the middle, and I just drag straight down. I don't like to push up because I don't want to accidentally push the hairline back. I'm not saying it's a wrong step or anything like that, but this is just how I do things. It's like a dummy-proof method, so you literally can't mess up. So I just drag and I pull. I do from the middle to the right, and after that I do from the right back to the middle to the left. I usually do to the left first, but the camera is on my right side, so I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So right after I shape him up, I just hit him with the waterproof color enhancement. Yes, it's waterproof. It lasts up to a week. It just brings out the cut, and you're just enhancing the cut. You're not covering anything. So if you are a beginner and you don't really know how to blend that well just yet, then you should probably stay away from this. But I'm just enhancing the cut, making sure my guy looks, looking sharp. And after I do that, I just hit it with the waterproof color enhancement, a little bit of fiber. I just lock it in with some holding spray, and I just shape it up again. fade looking real clean. But you know, I'm just doing the beard now, so I just spraying the side of the beard already. So I'm just gonna do the same thing with underneath the neck, and then I'm gonna come back and line up the top of the beard with the razor first. I usually like to use the razor first. That way I don't dig in too deep into the beard, and I just come back and clean the cheeks with my liners. That way I don't give them no razor bumps, anything sorts of that nature. So when I use the razor, I like to stretch the skin with one finger and I just glide against it. It gives me better momentum when I'm trying to glide against the skin and cuts the hair smoother without no irritation or tugging against the skin. So like I said before, I like to use the razor against the line for the beard line, and I just come back and clean off the rest of the hairs with my clippers. To use them that fade looking fire. Oh man, golly cuts, you know the vibes, man. Let's get it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. It's all right there, man. You can't miss it. So I have to get all the excess hair off of him with my my air duster. I don't use the brush because it's unsanitary. Also it's fine too. Well, in the state of New York at least. I don't know about anywhere else. But I have to hit him with that Golly Cuts pomade vanilla scent. Yes sir, you know the vibes. Big G.O.D in the building. Brush the hair and lay the waves right back down. YouTube, this is the cut. Oh man. Wavelength. Drop fade, you know the vibes. Yeah man, I go by the name of Silk the God. I does this. Follow me on the gram, man. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up, and I'm out of here. Bow.